The Galactic Council chambers fell silent as the holographic display flickered to life. Ambassador Zixthor of the Vrellan Communion watched the feed with 3 of his 6 eyes, the others scanning the room for reactions. What they were seeing should have been impossible. "Confirm sensor readings," Council Prime HFY commanded, her crystalline form refracting the pale blue light of the display. The technician's voice trembled. "Confirmed, Prime. 73 vessels emerging from hyperspace at the edge of the Terran exclusion zone. Signatures match. They match pre-war human designations." A collective shudder passed through the assembled delegates. The Terran exclusion zone, that cursed sphere of space where humanity had made its last stand 3 centuries ago, where the Korthax swarm had finally overwhelmed Earth and her colonies, consuming everything in an orgy of biological horror. The quadrant had been quarantined ever since, a tomb for a species that had fought with disturbing ferocity until the very end. "Impossible!" Zixthor clicked, his mandibles clattering with agitation. "The Terrans are extinct. We all witnessed the fall of Sol. We watched their homeworld burn. Yet there they were on the display. Sleek warships bearing the faded insignia of the long-dead United Earth Navy. Ships that shouldn't exist. Crewed by a species that had been mourned, feared, and ultimately forgotten by a galaxy that had moved on." The lead vessel broke communication silence. The voice that emerged was human, unmistakably human, but changed. Harder. Colder. "Galactic Council, this is Rear Admiral Chen of the UEN Remembrance. We're here to file a formal complaint about the condition of our neighborhood." HFY's form rippled with confusion. "This is Rear Admiral. Humanity was declared extinct 287 standard years ago. How?" "We got better," Chen interrupted, her voice carrying an edge that made Zixthor's scales itch. "Turns out being declared dead has its advantages. No one looks for you. No one bothers you. Gives you time to rebuild, reconsider, plan." The display shifted to show the Terran exclusion zone, but the view had changed. Where once there had been only the skeletal remains of human civilization and the ever-present threat of dormant Korthax bioforms, there now stood something else entirely. Stations, shipyards, hundreds of them, hidden in the cosmic graveyard, using the debris of their old world as camouflage and raw material. "You've been there this whole time?" Someone gasped from the council floor. "Some of us survived in deep system habitats," Chen explained, her image now visible on the screen. She looked human enough. 2 arms, 2 legs, 1 head. But there was something different about her eyes. They held the weight of centuries. "When Earth fell, we scattered, went dark. The swarm thought they'd won. You all thought we were finished. We let you think that." Zixthor felt a chill run down his dorsal ridge. This was not the behavior of a defeated species. This was the behavior of something far more dangerous, a species that had learned patience. "For 3 centuries, we've been rebuilding in secret. We've been watching the galaxy move on without us. We've studied every species, every technology, every alliance and rivalry." Chen's smile was not pleasant. "And we've been waiting for the right moment." "Right moment for what?" HFY demanded. "To come home, and to remind the galaxy of something they've forgotten." Chen gestured, and the display changed again, showing a sector of space that made every delegate in the chamber freeze. It was the Korthax breeding ground, the nightmarish nebula where the swarm had gestated for millennia, launching its waves of destruction across civilized space before mysteriously going quiet a century ago. The breeding ground was gone. In its place was nothing but cooling debris and radiation signatures. "The Korthax aren't dormant," Chen said quietly. "They're extinct. We made sure of it. Took us 200 years, but we hunted down every hive, every spore, every last trace of the thing that killed our world. We did what you couldn't, what you wouldn't even try." Zixthor realized he was shaking. The Korthax had been the galaxy's nightmare for eons. The Council had simply learned to endure them, to rebuild after each wave, to accept them as a fact of existence. The idea that someone had actually eradicated them was beyond comprehension. But humans didn't accept nightmares. They killed them. "You did this alone?" HFY whispered. "Without aid? Without informing the Council?" "You left us to die," Chen replied, and there was no anger in her voice, only statement of fact. When the swarm came for Sol, the Council debated for 6 months whether to send aid. By the time you decided we were a regrettable loss, Earth was already gone. So yes, we did this alone. We didn't need your permission to survive. We didn't need your blessing to fight back. The chamber erupted in chaos. Delegates shouting, demanding, questioning. But Zixthor just stared at the ghost fleet hanging in space, silent and terrible. Humanity had died. Humanity had returned. And in their absence, they had become something the galaxy had never seen before. A species that had walked through extinction and emerged harder, fiercer, more determined than ever. Chen's voice cut through the noise. We're not here for vengeance, Council. We're not here to conquer. We're here because this is our galaxy too, and we've decided it's time to stop hiding. Her eyes swept across the assembled delegates, and Zixthor felt the weight of humanity's judgment in that gaze. We're here to remind you that Terrans don't stay dead. We adapt, we endure, we survive. The Ghost Fleet held formation at the edge of human space, a silent promise and a warning all at once. The Terrans were extinct no more, and the galaxy would never be the same.